Welcome, friends, to the Crazy as Usual with Donna podcast. Today with Emily Nowlan. We met each other in town because we're so like-minded with regard to, as I like to say, setting the monkeys free. She likes to help women in midlife to really embrace the full freedom of who they are. We've talked about so many things that we want to do together. There's not enough time in the universe to figure out how we're going to do them all. But I love having a contemporary at a similar stage of life with grown kids to talk about the things that we go through as women and the interesting monkeys that we encounter both at work and just in life that are just about our bodies aging, getting used to that, learning to love that. We were just talking about exotic dance classes. So Emily, tell us a little bit about what got you started down this path and a little bit about who your people are too, so we know.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. That actually goes full circle into my monkeys. Because I'm a wellness partner, so body, mind, and spirit. And I used to just do fitness. It was just fitness, but I realized, and we'll get to that, a lot of that without the other pieces can come from a, a place not of self-love, but more of trying to fix ourselves.
Hmm.
So um, that's where the monkeys came in. We'll talk about that. But that's why I'm so passionate about what I do, because I want women, especially women in midlife, where it's really our time. It's our time. Like this is the next chapter, the best chapter, and there's all this false information that it's just we're just getting older and this is just the way it is. And I'm with the women who are like, no, it's not. This is the best chapter, and let's make it so, feeling our most healthy, vibrant selves in our physical body, as well as mental and emotional. And it's our time to really, we've been taking care of everyone else. It's time to take care of ourselves, and then we can share from that place with the world. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
it's been a journey, like a long one.
And it's a unfortunately it's just a process that I hear repeated over and over again with women who are whether it's taking care of others at home, taking care of others at work. We
Mhm,
are
mhm.
kind of born with this mindset of making sure everyone else is okay. But we
Yeah,
know that it's true that you can't pour from an empty pitcher. We we have to take care of ourselves. We have to love ourselves in order to truly love other people. And I
100%.
remember when that hit me broadside because I was not loving my husband well and at times not loving my children well. And I
Mhm,
realized that that was born out of a lack of self-esteem.
mhm.
I wasn't loving myself.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I, I love that you have moved into I want to read your LinkedIn profile, but I don't want to switch to go look at it. So tell me what it says about the way that you position yourself. It's hilarious.
I lead the bleep bleep cheetahs to freedom, and I even got
Yeah,
a
well,
tattoo.
those are the
And
Glennon Doyle cheetahs. Yes.
yes, yes. So it's really, it's from childhood. I remember thinking there's got to be a different way in life. There's got to be a different way, and seeing that. If you, I better give a little preface of the Glennon Doyle cheetahs. So in the
Probably,
book,
yeah.
yeah, in the beginning of the book, what's that called? The prologue. Uh,
Aiming. Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, she gives a true story about going to the zoo with her daughter and watching a cheetah and I think it was a golden retriever, and the cheetah was trained to act just like the golden retriever within the fence and do all the things. And after the show, the cheetah was released back into the fenced in area at the zoo, and the little girl, her daughter, saw the cheetah looking over the fence, and she said, "Mom," she just get teary. She just
Yeah.
realized she's a child and free, untamed. And as a little girl, I remember thinking there's got to be a different way to live life, but we're told a
All,
good,
all stirred.
yes, you should do this. A good girl does this. a wife does this, a mother does this, and we start following these patterns. You should look like this in your physical body, and we start trying to fit into this fence. And I followed that. I went to college then, got a job, hated it, and finally I was like, I'm jumping over the fence and I'm going to go follow my passion and let's go. And
That's
that's
beautiful.
what it's about. It following that. And it may seem crazy, but in wellness, I'm going to go on a little bit here. It's okay, Donna.
Preach,
Um,
preach it. Yeah,
yeah, I tied my value, my worthiness to my body, to what
yeah.
it looked like. If I tied it to my income, if I
Hmm.
was successful or not, I tied it to busyness. That was a big family story. If you're busy, you're valuable. You need to be doing
Yeah.
all the and don't let anyone else do anything. That steals, like, go and do it all and don't be resentful. So you cannot be not back to that. You got to love
Or
yourself
angry. Yeah.
or angry, but it
Hmm.
took you become resentful when you're doing all those things. So I tied my value to those things, and without realizing, like, I'm enough. I am enough. I'm amazing as it is. I deserve I deserve to feel amazing. I deserve to move my body and take care of myself because I'm worthy of that, but that is
Yeah,
not my worthiness. I'm worthy of
exactly.
it, but it's not.
That was
Yes.
my big hammer over the head moment last week. Worthy just because, not for any other
Yes.
reason, not for anything I do, anything I say, anything I produce.
Yes.
I'm worthy just as I am.
And now I've got tools in place and I've quieted those monkeys, but I'm reintroduced to them all the time. Like even this morning. Like I was like, "Oh,
Because you
Casey,
have kids.
we're gonna talk about this today." And this is perfect. I'm being tested. We will get tested on it. But just the awareness of, okay, I know that's a monkey. I know that's not true. I know my worthiness is not tied to fill in the blank.
Yeah,
And I'm I'm enough. As is.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
100. Yeah. I
I hear
think,
you.
yeah, I could go into like every one of those areas of life that we can tie our value into. That is BS. It's not where our value is. But just, as a wellness, I've been in health and fitness for 20 years. And so I've witnessed not just my own journey, but other women's journeys with this.
Hmm.
And for me, it was when it was just fitness, I would do it because I was supposed to. I wanted, and I would focus on, I'm gonna whatever the results. And now the results are tied, and you can fill in the blank. This doesn't have to be health and fitness is just an easy example. It could be money, it could be anything. But your results are tied to, or your joy is tied to, it's not true joy. It's not soulful joy. It's joy tied to the outcome.
Yeah,
So if scale is easy, if the scale goes up, I'm sad today. I'm bummed. I'm stressed. I'm not worthy. All sorts of messaging. If the scale goes down, oh, I feel so good today. I look at me go. And again, fill in the blank. And when I was doing that in the fitness realm, it became, I think, and this goes true for any realm, mindset and mindfulness. If we don't have those two in place, because mindset's how we rewire those old stories,
hmm,
we write them, and
right.
mindfulness is how we quiet that noise of those old stories and really go within and realize this is where it's at. Really
Yeah.
here, not here. Yeah,
Now you are an escapee from corporate life, but
kind of.
our
Not corporate.
listeners are working.
Okay.
Um, so what is the escape hatch you would give for someone who is in the workplace under pressure and they're trying to access
Mhm.
mindfulness. They're trying to pave over the grooves of those old
Yes.
default networks.
Yes. Ooh, this is a great question and a hard one. Um, a challenging one because when you're in that grind, that go, 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 it's hard to it's hard to stop and to quiet it and to rewrite
Yeah.
it. And what I've seen happen for myself and so many women is, again, that busyness will keep us busy and distracted, almost a buffer. So although there are necessary pieces, like if your income is you're living off that, you can't just go, boop, I'm done. I'm going to jump over the fence. It's going to take time to develop another income or whatnot. However, I think we do a lot in our life that is unnecessary, and we feel that it is necessary. Like there are things, if we look at our plates that we are um, spinning,
Yeah.
there's so many that no one will actually die if we just let it drop. And
Right. Right.
yes, take that off or outsource it or hand it to someone else. And so sometimes it takes a real deep reflection on what all am I doing and what could I take off of my plate, or what plate can I throw on the ground?
Yeah.
And
Should we start like breaking the plates? Because there's
break the
therapy in that,
plate.
right?
Rihanna, that's a great song.
Yeah.
Breaking dishes up in here.
I hear
Yeah.
that there are rooms that you can go into and just break dishes.
Yes. Get clear on what those are and then break those dishes. Because
Yeah.
it this does take a real honest reflection, because I know when I look at it, there I will even internally have a little battle of, no, that really has to be done and it has to be done by me. And that's a ego driven, that's a worthiness driven. Some things I had to let go of, like the house. Like it's not going to look like my mom's house. It's okay.
Well,
You
your
know,
mom doesn't have kids living at home.
yeah. Yes.
I had to really work on that um, now that my kids only come to visit. And when they're home
Mhm.
for a few days or for a week for Christmas or something, and there are shoes all over the place and things all over the tables that I normally have pristine and pretty. And um, I think the very first time that they were home for Christmas in the house that we're in now, and I kept picking things up, it agitated everyone. And I
Yeah.
realized, you know what? If they don't enjoy being home, they won't come home. So I now do some deep breathing. And when I see a pile of shoes by the floor, I just smile.
Yes.
And I say, wow, it's so fun to have everyone here.
Yes. That's powerful. Letting that go, because in the end, what's going to matter?
Well,
There's
and it's the same thing in the workplace. I may have told you this story. When I um, quit a job that I loved last March, confluence of factors that we're not going to get into today. I had been on the hamster wheel, and um, I was in a serious burnout mode. My body was physically ill. I was mentally depressed. And what's interesting is that I left my job on a Wednesday, and on Thursday morning, I was back at it in the family business, applying all the same energy to
uh,
being awesome um, in this role in my family business because I just had to transfer the energy. I didn't know how to stop.
yes.
And it took me months to actually stop that cycle and to learn just because I can fill my calendar with networking events and copies doesn't mean I have to.
Oh my
And
God. Yes. I can relate.
true.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually had a wonderful friend and mentor who said to me, why are you working so hard? Why are you working so much when
Yeah.
you can do the important things in a small amount of time and then go play, go do
Yeah.
what you love, go hike, go whatever it is, go pole dancing class, whatever it is, go
It's
play.
right.
And or just sit in the backyard or just whatever you desire. And it took a long time to be okay with that without having guilt
Yeah.
around, oh, I should be doing something. I,
Right.
oh my gosh,
Well,
yeah.
even when you told me that your hiking group likes to hike on Fridays because we're self-employed and we can, I went, not working on Friday? I I I don't know. I
Yes. And totally flip that. And yeah. Or people will say, why do you work on the weekends? And I'm like, because I can. And the trails are full on weekends, and I can go on Monday when and just
Yeah.
rewrite wiring that. But it's that, again, worthiness tied to the outcome, being busy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, here's another interesting thing that I bet applies to a lot of people.
Mhm.
Several times within the course of a year, I had different people hear how busy I was. And they can see a lot of like my social activities on social media, and people say, "Man, you are very busy." And I would go, "Well, I'm not nearly as busy as I used to be, but it still looks pretty busy to some people." And um, yeah, it was weird that several different people disconnected in different universes, really different contexts, said, "Yeah, busy doesn't always mean productive."
Yeah.
And that was just like a direct from God. What? Are you trying to tell me something? That am I keeping myself busy to keep myself from being present or mindful or aware of what's really going on?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Why do we do that?
Or avoiding a buffer. Again, another great friend, I was having a hard time doing something hard in my business that would move me forward in great leaps. And she said, call me right now. So I did. She said, what have you been doing the last hour? And I was like, I did the laundry, I did the dishes, like I was going, and I ate a bunch of cookies, and I did all these things as a buffer. She called me out as a buffer to not address the one thing that would be meaningful. So I did all these meaningless things to avoid that meaningful thing. And I think again, like this comes full circle. What you just said is we're spinning the plates, so we don't
Mhm.
have to look at, yeah, the one plate that could change our life.
Right.
And yeah,
Ah,
yes,
wow.
it's it,
And it's not like the answer comes really easily when we're trying to
oh,
figure out, well, what is the best way for me to spend my
mhm,
time? Where is the best way for me to be interfacing or networking with the community? I try not to overuse the N word, but we need to be in social contact with people, but we also need to be in the right room and for the right reasons. And we need to not use that as an excuse to blow our commitment to eat better.
right.
I might be
Well,
talking about myself.
I just told you about the cookies. It's just the it's a distraction. It is a distraction, but it's hard to see because that story has been programmed for us over
Yeah.
and over, and we've been following that same pattern over and over for a lifetime. So it just takes, again, back to some mindset and mindfulness and awareness
Yeah.
of what am I doing right now? But it doesn't, the answer doesn't come easily. And sometimes we might get it wrong, and that's okay. Just looking at it and growing from it.
Yeah, it's true. Well, and we have to be okay with failure. We have to be willing
Yeah.
to fail at something. Well, like the big thing that you were talking about, we don't have to go into detail on what it is for me to know. I'm doing a big thing right now that I thought would be easier than it is, and it's really raised my anxiety level.
Yeah.
But I know that once it's done, it's going to be good and
Right.
valuable.
Right.
But wait, yeah, but do I like sit and check email instead of working on that course? Hmm.
Yes. Oh yeah. So whack out all those little things. That actually just a scheduling factor, I think is I used to just have a to-do list,
Yeah,
and it would be, that task list. And again, go back to that busy factor. The more I could get done in that day, more I could cross off, the better. And then what would I do? The meaningful thing would just get moved over to the next day because it was the hard one. It was the
yeah,
comfortable one.
hmm,
I just keep
yeah.
getting moved over. But all those little ones, oh yeah.
If we're
So
doing it, we should have some kind of a rule where we hold each other accountable. And if you've moved
yeah.
something on your calendar 3 times, then you have to do 20 push-ups or something like that.
Yes, yes. I agree with you, Donna, that that's why we need each other because uh, not in a like with health and fitness, I always have an accountability community, but it's not in the sense of did you do this? And you said you want to do this. It was you have this vision, you want to go in this direction. If you, we have to hold each other accountable to the actions that take us there, because yeah.
Well, and Emily, you and I
Mhm,
have a similar vision for people our age having access to an abundant life. And
mhm.
so when we don't take action on those important things, we're depriving the world of something that they
Oof.
deserve.
Yeah. Yes. You know, when a woman is focused on her results in her fitness journey, she cannot get them because she is so focused on those results. And that is true in, I can say in business, when I go
Yeah,
in that energy of, I want to, a lack, a fear, all of a sudden my worthiness is tied to the outcome of whatever the situation is. I can't get there because underlying the energy isn't a fun, joyful, purposeful energy. And we rob, like, tying my value to an outcome or busyness or any of those things. I realized I was robbing myself of my of self-love, of energy, of being able to love others, of joy, joy in the journey, of purpose, of living intentionally,
yeah.
of life. We rob ourselves of life. And when we do that, we rob of the light within us that we can bring to
Mm,
the world.
right. Boy. So I love what you said earlier about the woman who's focused on um, the actual outcome or achieving certain metrics or goals is losing sight. So what does it look like to work with you and how do you cast that vision that she's moving towards?
Yes. First of all, I love that you said vision because I don't, this, so people are going to be, this is taboo, but a wellness coach who doesn't believe in goals. And this is why. Let me explain. Because it's an outcome. It's a yes or a no. Did I hit it? Did I not? Succeed or fail? And end of story. And we forget all of the growth that happened on the journey. But if we
Yeah,
have a vision of where we do need to have a vision because we need a destination or we'll be all over. And that gives us, I mean, in business, it gives us guidance when we go back to what should I do? What would be effective use of my time today? If I'm clear on that of where I want to go, then it's really easy to make that decision. What will lead me towards that? And same with health, wellness. Okay, if my vision is to live, just feel amazing in my body and have all the vibrancy and not have soreness and all of these things, then every decision you make, is this leading me towards my vision or is it not leading me towards my vision? And then
right,
it's, and if it's not, not the end of the world. It's okay. Just keep going more
right.
things in that
We
direction than
start start the clock over.
start the clock over. More things than not in that direction, and that will get you to that target. So we do need to have a target zone of vision for that. So, and with that, I have learned over 20 years in this industry that you can't just have fitness alone or nutrition alone,
Yeah.
but you have to bring in the mindfulness and the mindset piece. So when I
Mm,
work with clients, I have master classes on mindset, from everything from perfection detox, that all or nothing mindset, to
hmm
happy habits. And that's looking at, are the habits that you are trying to create habits that serve you and bring you joy in your life, or are they habits that you think you should do? Back to that should. So
Don't
um
shit on yourself. That's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in my book. Um, I've been shitting on myself my whole life because I think I've been um without a blueprint, you know, when you're born in a chaotic, addictive household and you
Mhm.
don't really know what normal looks like,
Right.
it's easy to create this picture of what life should look like
Right.
based
Right.
on movies on Leave It to Beaver and the Brady Bunch. And I mean, literally, that's what I thought I was aiming for when I got married. And my husband said, "Where did you get the idea that this is normal life?" And I said, "Well, I don't know what it looks like." So I look for examples like that. And wow, how exhausting it is to constantly chase that.
Yes. Yes.
Eesh. So when somebody works with you, you kind of cast that vision first and then set
Yeah.
some specific ways to get there.
Yes. Vision, set the vision, and that's what's going to keep us going too. It's not punishing ourselves and trying to fix ourselves that's going to keep us going. When we set a vision because we know that we deserve to live like that, feel like that, and we want to bring that energy to the world, we can stay on track on that, on those moments when health and fitness is just an easy way to always bring it back. And great analogy is like when you want to put your hand in the cookie jar at 11 p.m. because it's been a day, it's going to keep that vision's going to hold you there. But
Mhm.
also mindset, like that is one of the first and most important aspects of it.
Yeah.
Even like we can push, and people driven like you and I, like we can push through and just make it happen. But if it's not coming from that place of love, it will eventually crash and burn. Eventually,
Hmm.
we get through for a week, a month, years, literally years. I pushed through for years.
Yeah.
I This is what I have to do. This is what I should do. I was shitting all over. And when I finally let that go with mindset and mindfulness, and that's why I incorporate that, it's been, I love my journey. I want everyone to love the journey. And so bringing that together with my clients so that we can just have an amazing time, be amazing community, all centered around taking care of ourselves in a beautiful way for a beautiful reason. So, but it
Yeah.
takes work. Yeah.
I love that. Well, and doing some things that are uncomfortable.
Hmm.
This is where I want you to share the idea that you had to kind of blend my yoga background
Huh?
with something new that you've discovered.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and I haven't even told you this, Donna. I've come full, like it's evolved as the time has gone on, because I think part of it was driven in the wrong purpose. But so I'll give a backstory. I was having a terrible day. And I don't usually have thoughts just spin and spin. I've worked on that, right? But the
Yeah.
thoughts were spinning and spinning. It was really affecting my energy. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Should I meditate tonight? Should I journal tonight? What should I do? And I remembered that I had to take this course that I needed to get the hours done. I'm like, well, why don't you, since you're in bad energy anyways, take that course you signed up for. Well, the course happened to be chakra dance. And I think it could have been any kind of dance, but that's what it was. And I was dancing around my living room with dish towels and having the time of my life. Totally shifted my energy. Like, we'll call it a
Yep.
dancercism. Like, all the energy
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
shifted so good. And I mean, it was contagious. My daughter's 20-year-old boyfriend walked in the house and he was dancing.
Notice your daughter disappeared, but her boyfriend danced with you. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Yes. So anyways, I want to bring that joy to women. I think we just need to take life less seriously and just have
Yes.
fun. Just
Yes.
have fun. So then I'll be real with you. I haven't told you this yet, Donna. I started getting pretty serious about this. So I was going down this path of researching all of it, and oh, I'm gonna have to spend $3,000 and blah 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 and all these certifications. I was like, no. Remember what it was? It's just dance. It's
It's
just
fun.
movement. It's just
Hmm.
fun. And bring that to the, and
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be specific, like just go back to who I am and what is
Yeah.
natural for what, like the things I was studying were beautiful. But anyways, it's totally out of my comfort zone to do something new, is it not? But and we're gonna bring something really fun and just have a just
Get
good energy. Go ahead.
Yeah, get out of our egos. I added to my daily, I have a daily 15-minute workout, and I added to the last song this one that really makes me want to move.
Yeah.
And There's no one watching me. My husband doesn't even come in the room. I just need I need something that's going to make me kind of just loosen up a little bit because I have a tendency to hold myself really tightly. So I'm excited to bring this to the world when you and I get this on the calendar.
Yes,
Um,
me too.
it's going to be fun. I hate to say that we're almost out of time. So what is the last thing you want to leave someone with? Let's say that somebody's on their way to work and we're gonna leave her ready to be energetically ready for the day and confident. What does she need?
Yes. You know what? It's be your best cheerleader. Be your best cheerleader. The how you talk to yourself. Like even through this, as we're talking, we can get on ourselves. Oh, I wasn't in that energy. Oh, I was doing busy things, getting down on ourselves. That does not serve us. It does not serve anyone. So focus on who you are, focus on what you have done, focus on the wins, be your best cheerleader. When I'm in the middle of a workout and I am struggling and I just don't have the strength that I want, I cheer myself on, not put myself down. I
Yeah,
literally, my family can hear me like, come on, Emily, you can do this one more, you got this. Really,
nice.
really be your best cheerleader. How you talk to yourself, your body listens and
Yes,
the universe listens. So
absolutely. It's so important. Be impeccable with the words you use for yourself. I love
yeah,
that. Thank you, Emily.
yes, thank you.
Been so fun. Friends, if you're just tuning in, this has been the Crazy as Usual with Donna podcast. And Emily Nowlan is my guest. You're going to get more details on her and how to get in touch with her for her health coaching, chakra dancing, and anything else on my LinkedIn Crazy as Usual newsletter. So watch for that, sign up, follow, and look for us at Crazy as Usual with Donna on Instagram. Make it a great, crazy, brilliant day.